tracks and you see a train coming, right? Or somebody's got a gun pointed to your head.
Authentic fear, close call on the highway.
Yeah.
Like an almost accident.
Right.
That's real fear.
Authentic fear, right, okay? It's where you're being threatened, right, for real. That's the first one. So we're going to pick the second category, right? The second category we're going to call it inauthentic fear. First, I'm going to tell you what we mean. We don't mean by inauthentic fear. So I'm not saying that it's silly to have this fear. So don't minimize yourself. I'm not telling you that the experience of fear isn't real. Remember, I told you your bodies don't know the difference between authentic and inauthentic. And it's not a fear that I'm saying you shouldn't have. And it's not an indictment of a person, it's just a distinct category of fear. So who has an example of an inauthentic fear? Clarice, Camilla. Look at the advanced course people raising their hand. How about you, John, Mr. Group Leader?
Fear of flying is an inauthentic fear.
Fear of flying, great. Okay, Clarice, Danny, Ronnie, Christiane. Yep.
So the unauthentic fear, I would say, it would be to think that you're going to die if you talk in front of people.
Great. How many of you have that? Inauthentic fear, you're afraid to talk in front of people. Okay, good. You gotta think of another one.
I somehow developed the fear of heights, so I feel like it's an inner ear thing. So I feel like I want a water change in my inner ear because it's not real and my sensation is like freaked out. So one of these days, I will find a way to get through that. But right now, it's not a priority.
Okay.
One
Right.
day, one day.
I know. I know who your group leader is. Okay, Lindsay.
No, I was gonna play off of Danny's. I've grown into this whole fear of driving over bridges, and I just drove from Florida to Minnesota in the middle of the night, and I would all of a sudden see I was on a bridge, and I would tense up. Maybe because I lived in Minnesota a couple miles from that bridge that fell. Probably, but I know now.
Okay, that's inauthentic fear. Great. MJ, what's inauthentic fear?
For me?
Yeah.
Rejection.
Rejection. Oh my gosh, how many of you? Well, we all experience rejection, right? Great, great, great. How about over here? Yes. Amir, inauthentic fear.
A test that your entire life, what you depend on, what you prepare, and with one test, if you fail, this is it. And your entire family depends on your success. Standing in front of the committee when I took my PhD in literacy exam, they can ask whatever they want, everything I studied undergraduate and graduate school. It was, I failed.
You fainted. Inauthentic fear. Yeah, what was the inauthenticity?
He knew everything.
Oh, I know.
He didn't need to fear.
He handed me a business card, you guys, at the beginning of the seminar. He's got like 7 titles behind his name.
So
you know
it
tests.
was unauthentic.
Yes, oh, absolutely. Okay, so consider that inauthentic fear is simply a fear about something that we imagine, or imagine being threatened by. So with inauthentic fear, there's no real threat happening. Instead, the fear is in reaction to some imaginary threat. You're going to drive off the bridge. You might drive off the bridge. You might die getting up in front of people. You might die starting to lead your first seminar. You might die your PhD candidacy, going up in front of the board. How many of you were like, had your first client and you were just terrified? Yeah. Okay. What are some others? I just want to hear these.
I just have a question.
Yeah.
Can an inauthentic fear be like this anticipatory fear of something happening within a conversation because of your past?
Yes. What does precipitory mean?
Like, I don't know if
What's the question?
like if you're anticipating something.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Inauthentic fear. Yeah.
But it's likely to happen.
No, that's inauthentic though.
Yeah.
Unless somebody's pointing a gun at your head, that's real fear. Is somebody pointing a gun at your head right now? No. Okay, yeah. So inauthentic fear, right? Okay, good. So you want to try on the possibility that the fear of failure is an inauthentic fear. Try it on. Now, why would I say that? Yeah, it's imaginary. The fear of failure is inauthentic, not because failure is imaginary. Of course, there's real failure, but when you and I are experiencing a fear of failure, there's no actual failure happening at that time. Now that is powerful to get. Now, I know this is making sense, right? I don't want this to be informative kind of learning. This is like supposed to be transformative. So look at your life. The question too. No. Although I know you have a ton of great examples. So here you go. The failure isn't happening. You guys should write this one down. You ready? You guys, I got a question. When you guys don't get your way, the two of you talk. I constantly deal with that with the two of you. I love you dearly, but I did that yesterday. Okay? There's nothing wrong, but everybody came here for something. Get it? Okay. All right. So here's what you want to get. This is a big one. You should write this on your dashboard in your car. Or your truck or your moped. Right? The failure isn't happening when the fear is happening. The failure isn't happening when the fear is happening. We fear a failure that might happen in the future. And we're reacting to and being shaped by something that's not actually happening right now. So said another way, we're imagining the failure happening. Here's the next part that's important to get. Now, while the failure is imagined, perceived, I'm not saying the experience of fear is imagined. Again, it shows up in our bodies. Let me say that again. I'm not saying that your fear is not real. I am saying that what you're reacting to is not real. So when you and I have inauthentic fear, I said this before several times, so I want you to keep getting this. When you and I have inauthentic fear, the fear itself is real in our bodies. Our hearts beat faster, the adrenaline pumps. And to be in this conversation, you guys really want to start presencing yourselves. You got to be present to the way in which the fear happens to you. So I want to have someone come up. Like, this should be quick. Have two people come up. A minute each. Who wants to come up? Work with me. Heather? And Julian, okay. We're going to make this pretty snappy. So, when you are experiencing fear, what happens?
I get butterflies.
Okay, who gets butterflies? Okay. There's actual butterflies.
No.
You rip open your stomach and see butterflies.
It feels like that. No.
So if you
That's the
were to
language
say
we
butterflies,
use.
what would that be like?
An uncomfortable tightness in my core.
Okay, tightness in your core. Okay.
We're talking about inauthentic fear or
Doesn't
any
matter.
fear?
Yeah.
Any fear. That's what it's all the same.
Just the experience of fear.
Yeah, I get unclear in my head, like confusion.
So you experience confusion. So if you're experiencing confusion, what would you see?
failure to act. Like I don't know what to do.
Okay, so you freeze. Your body freezes up, your neck goes back, your eyeballs get big. How about anybody here experience that? Okay, the big eyeballs. Okay, what else?
I'm getting it now, so I'm getting nervous. I'm like trying to, because I'm trying to think, like, not controlling my breath,
Do you sing? Are you a singer?
not in front of anybody.
If we asked you to sing right now, what would you experience?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, like right here. Right there.
Pick a song! I'm just kidding.
Yeah. That's the first, like, the immediate, and now my face is getting red, and, yeah.
Beautiful, so you can just see it right there. Cool, awesome, great.
Thank you.
You guys want to get present to your experience of fear in your body. So you can recognize it this week when you're out doing your assignment. Okay, Julian, share with us your experience of fear.
In my body. Faster heart rate.
Okay.
Like pulsing through my whole body.
What's something that gives you a fast heart rate? Like when you're, what do you?
When I just stood up,
Okay.
it's calmer now, but that, having to have difficult conversations with people.
Okay, and when you go to have difficult conversations with people, how does it show up in your body?
It's hard, I don't know, it's hard to notice, but what's really coming to mind is I procrastinate.
Okay.
And also with fear of failure, like in work and stuff.
So when you're getting ready to talk to somebody, you know, you say procrastinate, but what is it that we would see you do?
Fidget.
Okay,
Yeah.
fidget, and in
Yeah.
your body, where would the fidgeting show up?
My hands.
Your hands would be doing,
Fidgeting.
okay.
Yeah, heart rate, breathing more heavily, like wanting to take more deep breaths. Like,
How many would heavy breathers when you experience fear? Okay. Anything else?
I think that's it.
Okay, great, thank you. Let's go on to Julian. Okay, so I want to give you everybody an opportunity to get present to the experience of inauthentic fear. And what's that's like for you. So when I say that, your body sensations, your thoughts, your feelings, your mental state, and your strategies for dealing with it, your procrastination, fidgeting. You also heard eyeballs like this. You know, sometimes I use, I still. If I get nervous at work, I'll bail out for like a couple of minutes and go outside and like gather myself and then go back in. So that's a strategy for me. So what I want you to do is we're going to have a walk around. It's going to be fun. And you're going to walk around for 10 minutes. And you're not only going to tell the people what the experience of inauthentic fear is like for you, but you're going to tell them the strategies that you deal with it. And have fun with this, you guys. Okay, you get your assignment, 10 minutes? Go as many people as you can. This is what I've experienced the fears. In my head, I do this, you know, and this is the strategy I do to deal with it. Okay? 10 minutes. Go get up and share and walk around, create your community.
Thank you.
30 more seconds. Start to wrap it up. 30 more seconds. Please start taking your seats. Right, guys, please start taking your seats. Great, great. Everybody take your seat, please. All right, let's acknowledge each other. Great work. So you guys, our fear is real and has us acting in a way to make sure that that fear is resolved. So in the face of the fear of failure, you and I will take actions or not take actions, all in the present, in order to suppress the experience of fear. You guys see that? So we're acting in the present, not because we're failing, but because we're imagining failing in the future. You get that? I'm going to repeat it. Now, to avoid the future, we literally avoid the future. We hold back. We don't take risks. We play it safe. All in the what? In the present, yeah, great. So we act as if the failure is in the present and really happening. And that's why the fear of failure is inauthentic. So I invite you to try on, each one of you, to try on the possibility that the fear of failure is totally inauthentic. Completely inauthentic. Our inauthentic fear of failing leaves us worried, leaves us anxious, disempowered, and even paralyzed in the present. We just stop like, ooh. One of you said the eyeballs come out. Right? Therefore, we end up living our lives resisting failing. Can you see that in your life? I want you to see this tomorrow when you wake up or when you're at your job. So how many of you can see that you live your life resisting and avoiding failure? You spend your life doing that. Yeah. Failing is not a problem. Failing is not a problem. Resisting and avoiding failure is a problem. And it's a big problem. Why?
You won't know what you don't know.
Because what you resist persists.
Can't grow.
Because what you resist persists.
Oh, Katrina.
Because if you avoid if you avoid it, I would personally, this is not for anybody else, I would personally feel like I'm dying because I'm not living.
Interesting.
I have to go for it.
Okay.
That's just me.
Great. Go ahead.
Resisting, you won't know what you don't know until you fail.
You don't know that you don't know.
You don't know what you don't know. Because failing is like, when you fail and you find out that you didn't know what you thought you knew, now you know something new. Just, you got it wrong. You now get it right. Perplexing almost.
You know, I learned as we go, guys. You guys, I'm serious. You train me moment by moment. You do. It's great. Katrina, on the other hand, gets, this imaginary trophy. Right? So resisting and avoiding failure is a problem. Because whatever you resist persists. And it's not like it's meant to be humorous or funny. Like Danny says, if there's fear, he goes in the direction of fear. That's the way I've been coaching some of my participants, not in the seminar, but some of the people I have a couple times, but other leaders. They're like, oh, I don't know what to do. I go, oh yeah, you do. You absolutely know what to do. I'm like, where's the fear? I'm like, well, you know, I'm like, no, really. It's a straightforward question. Where is the fear? Well, you know, it's, you know, when I ask somebody out on a date, I'm like, there it is. You go right out, ask them on a date. And then you deal with whatever happens, powerfully, with this community. This is what this community is all about. So the impact of our fear of failure is that resisting failing actually leaves you with the constant experience of failing. Let me say it again. The impact of our fear of failure, the impact of that is that resisting failing actually leaves you with the constant experience of failing. Now, why do you think that we're so afraid of failing in the future?
Because people won't accept you, people will take their love like from you, they won't give you love.
I love participation. No. But I love it. You're on the court. Great. Yes, Anna?
Judgment,
Judgment? Okay.
or just the fear of unknown.
The fear unknown. We do not like the unknown. Let me answer this for you guys. We are so afraid of failing in the future. In the future, like this is the future, because we failed in the past. This is the past. This is your future. The inauthentic fear of failure is actually a reaction to the past that's put into your future. You see that? Into my future. Bump up against it. Consider that whatever we're afraid of, consider that whatever we're afraid might happen in the future is based on something in the past. So it's our fear of failure. Our fear of failure is a failure that happened in the past, projected into the future. And we bring our past into the future. I said that 3 times so you guys can get that. You could go to years of therapy, but you'll